Hello, I'm Antonio Mora. This is the newsandnews.com Day in Brief. Today's top stories in 4 minutes. It's Friday, November 9th at about 7 p.m. We have to start in California, where 3 major frightening wildfires have already had terrible consequences. The Camp wildfire closed in so quickly on the Northern California town of Paradise that thousands found themselves fleeing on a road surrounded by flames. Crashes and gridlock forced many to flee on foot. 5 people have already been found incinerated in their cars. Many more are missing, and little is left of a town of almost 30,000 people. That fire has quadrupled in size so far today. In Southern California, the Woolsey fire shut down the 101 freeway. A large part of Malibu was under an unprecedented mandatory evacuation order, including Pepperdine University. Houses were also threatened in Calabasas and Agoura Hills. Caitlyn Jenner's house is among those that have reportedly burned down. The historic Western town area used in many productions, including Westworld, is gone. Not far away, the Hill Fire is ravaging an area of Ventura County near Thousand Oaks, where 12 people were shot to death in a bar on Wednesday night. There's lots of other news. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that President Trump played a central role in the hush money payoffs to Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal, something he has repeatedly denied. It would be easy to dismiss this as something else Trump loyalists won't care about, but the very long Journal report raises serious questions about election law violations. It's worth a read. Yesterday, I told you that my home state of Florida was again proving that it is no better than a third world country when it comes to the electoral process. How the election supervisor in Broward, the state's second most populous county, can't say how many people voted is mind-boggling. In fact, it's mind-boggling they haven't counted all the votes by now, and that they apparently keep finding votes. A judge today agreed and ordered the supervisor to provide the information by this evening. The Senate and governor's races have gotten tighter and tighter, and Republicans ahead in both are crying foul. One can only hope that every vote gets counted legitimately. The Arizona Senate race is also up in the air, but the Democrat has taken the lead and seems to be widening the gap. Again, why this process could take more than a week is incomprehensible. As more questions swirl around acting Attorney General Matt Whitaker, Trump, on his way to Paris, said he didn't know him. As CNN's Dana Bash described it, he probably didn't mean it literally, and that it was Trump speak for distancing himself from Whitaker. I'll keep using the word mind-boggling. Trump just named the guy to the job on Wednesday. More evidence that this White House is incapable of doing its homework. And Michelle Obama is lashing out at Trump in her new memoir. Among other strong criticisms, she says she will never forgive him for the birther controversy and how it threatened her family, calling it bigoted and dangerous. Trump pushed back, dismissing her comments as, quote, a little controversy. She needed to sell her book, and saying he'd never forgive former President Obama for what he did to the military. In our alternate universe segment, The Great Divide Between Conservative and Liberal Media, Trump again went overboard with his attacks on reporters. Today, he called one female African-American reporter a loser and said another's perfectly legitimate question was stupid and that she often asked a lot of stupid questions. That followed his calling a third black woman reporter racist during his news conference on Wednesday. The White House excuse that he is an equal opportunity offender just doesn't hold water. He does offend a lot of people, but he attacks minority women disproportionately. Separately, the fact that the cable news networks have stopped reporting on any news that doesn't involve Trump was painfully evident today. While the Northern California fire destroyed a whole town, and the Southern California fires shut down a major freeway and forced the evacuation of Malibu, the big 3 cable news networks were barely covering them. In fact, during some hours this afternoon, they weren't mentioned at all. I wonder if they wouldn't have covered a major fire on the East Coast, near where most news media figures live in, say, Potomac, Maryland, or Bronxville, New York. Even then, they might go back to talking about Trump. The big 3 should have a simple motto: no news, only talking heads. We have all those stories and much more updated around the clock, 7 days a week on newsandnews.com, where you will find all you need to know in one place. Please subscribe to our YouTube video by clicking on the right of your screen just below this video. Please follow us on Facebook at Real News and News, and follow me on Twitter